Yeah, and I will say that the bottom lane of Piglet and Matt synergizing well, but they are always aggressive. That's what that's the same page that they're on. So it does cost them a lot. Matt has gone back to being a little bit of a playmaker, but Piglet does get shafted a whole bunch in the laning phase. He's actually not positive in CSD, and he is struggling a bit because that lane does get ditched in favor of camping Lorlo early and then trying to snowball that down to the bottom lane with teleports.
The Viking, the Spider, and Sword Legs get taken out. Just kidding.
Legs.
Olaf, Elise.
Edward Scissor Legs.
Camille getting taken out. And we'll have to see Look at have here.
Yep. I wonder who the first team is that will ever let Camille through, but today is not that day so far.
Well, wait. I'm sure you'd love to cast that.
I would.
I always look over at your PC. Camille.
Mastery 7, let's go.
Camille is Bay for you. Rek'Sai is the last one here, so they're actually targeting quite a bit at Reignover. Not a bad thing to do.
Yeah, you would expect the first pick Kha'Zix here. Team Liquid, they do have the option to not ban Rengar or Kha'Zix and at least get one of them. Otherwise, you ban the Rengar, they get Kha'Zix. You have to drop down the tier list a little bit. You do have the Lee Sin still available for Reignover, but Reignover was never really a legacy Lee Sin player. It was actually one of the champions that he always shied away from.
Right.
He's not known for playing at all. No. And that's exactly what they do.
It was Hooney's pick.
You're right. Oh.
So there's the Syndra getting banned out by Liquid for the final one. Pick up here, the Rango Knife Cat into game for Svenskeren.
Hey, and then not a lot of pressure to actually pick up your jungler just yet, so I would expect maybe the Zyra to come through for Matt in the bottom lane. And priority on AD carry, whichever one you might want here for yourself. Or they might just go for the old-fashioned pick Lorlo a tank, but I do think you lock in Zyra here, which is heavily banned. And get yourself.
I was gonna say Mel's did get through, but that doesn't give him. It gives him the aggression. Doesn't give him disengage, especially for a Rengar coming through. He can pop off and just start taking people out. Kha'Zix getting grabbed up. And we'll see what the 1-2 here is, or I should say 2-3 for TSM.
Yeah. What I really find interesting about this is Zyra has a favorable matchup into Malzahar, so you're perfectly fine playing Zyra into Malzahar, and the distance that you have, the range that you have over him, pushes him out of the lane. He wants to be a lane bully, but it doesn't work too well against that long-range harass and lockdown.
Seen a few Rise coming out of the European LCS, along with bans mostly here, but we have gotten a few Rise plays. The Rise and the Zyra do get locked in, so some single target lockdown and with a little multiple there from Zyra is huge for TSM. They found the crowd control and some fight. You're going to get a tank in this lineup with the next one too after ban phase. We'll see what that starts off with.
Lock it in, ban out some tanks for yourself, or just go with the Cassiopeia, get the counter pick matchup, which I think is the smartest thing to do, because otherwise TSM just bans some mid laners here. This gives you a favorable matchup for Golden Glue, which is one of your weakest matches on the lane head-to-head.
Very true. Bjergsen, no stranger to that Cassiopeia as well. We'll lock that in quite a few times and already has in this split. It is Golden Glue. So ban phase 2 to start. Liquid will begin this one on the right side. We'll see what they have. They do focus now that Fiora was a thought for them. Take it away from Hanser.
Hanser has yet to really have a carry performance right now in the top lane.
Oh, he still has his undefeated Nautilus.
That's true.
Even though they are defeated, didn't play it in those. Maokai, so the tanks getting even smaller from both sides now. They say, all right, I dare you, I double dog dare you.
Issue now, though, is if you continue to ban tanks, most teams are just comfortable picking Trundle into a tank. So if Team Liquid pinch tanks and they don't want to play Trundle themselves, they second phase, first pick up a tank for themselves to the left. So if you ban something like a Nautilus or a Poppy here, you pinch that pool really hard.
I figured it would be the Nautilus then, because if it is the Poppy, they give Lorlo Nautilus.
Yeah. So this becomes a situation where you might just ban on the other pool and go for like one of the 80 carries that you don't really want to see, or you just go for a top laner. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, 80 carry. So you leave those open for yourself. At least get one.
Yeah, Jin's actually the most comfortable of the utility carries that we've seen Piglet on, because he loves going for the Infinity Edge, which is still a lot of damage, despite him being a utility champion on Jin. So Piglet never shies away from wanting to deal damage, and there you go. Top lane, gonna be the Nautilus.
Locked in for Lorlo. Looking for an 80 carry on the side of TSM. We have seen Turtle quite a bit on that Ashe, firing arrows from the Fog of War, but Varus has been getting quite a bit of play time as well, with multiple different builds.
Yeah.
Taster's choice. Choose your pick.
I think you go for the Ashe here over the Varus. I think Turtle's a little bit better at the Ashe as well.
Combination bot lane.
Yeah, combo bot lane as well. Just locking somebody up, giving Zyra the ability to follow up. And there you go. Whereas the Varus, Varus alongside the Malzahar, could be as good, but that's the thing is they had Malzahar locked in, and I'll go back to the Jhin a little bit. We talked about the Jhin Malzahar yesterday, where Jhin is the only AD carry that has a pre-level 6 hard CC that roots somebody. Everybody else just slows, so the Voidlings catch up and just nom away at the person. That's why the Jhin's banned away. Quick lock in there. Got themselves the Varus.
We've seen Rengar in a few hands here of the NALCS, Moon being one of them, playing it quite well over on FlyQuest. Svenskeren now gets his hands on it. We've seen him mostly on the Lee Sin coming through here, but it is versus Reignover's Kazakhs. We're going to get some head hunting going on this game. Hopefully we get as many kills as we did in our game yesterday, Zyrene, because then we will definitely have that option for their passives.
Yeah.
But at this pickup, top lane, Haunter goes against Lorlo. Poppy versus the Nautilus as they end up those picks.
Yeah, Nautilus will have priority in terms of how much he shoves in and how much he can roam. A little bit better in the point-and-click demand CC, but the Poppy does have a lot more skirmishing ability early on because she brings a little bit more damage that's reliable. I'm very impressed, though, by the TSM draft because of the fact that they recognize that Reignover doesn't want to play Lee Sin, that he wants to play Kazakhs. And so they said, we'll give you Kazakhs, but you have to give us Rengar for it. And Team Liquid said, we will take that trade, but they also got Ryze, they got Ashe, they got Zyra. Like, this is an insane composition from TSM in terms of power picks. And Team Liquid, that's more of the same, too. Like, they did not actually get any short end of the stick here in terms of the draft.
We'll see how it goes. Looking actually at Team Liquid's composition, you were saying a little bit favored toward TSM, seeing what they have here in the early game. How can Liquid kind of avoid that or even get themselves a better early game here and make TSM kind of nullify that comp?
Yeah, so you have to watch out for that Rengar, be a little bit more present on the map as Reignover early on, but it's at mid lane. You have a winning mid lane matchup, go for Bjergsen.
Yep.
It can backfire on you, and it can end up being one where Bjergsen takes over the game. But I think you have to take that risk as Team Liquid to try and just make up that skill disparity. You already have the counter pick. You have advantage there. Try to make it work for yourself.
It's going to be difficult. Everything's easier said than done. They're going to have to do it dodging arrows, dodging this and that. And same for TSM. Two good comps coming out of both sides. TSM versus Team Liquid. We are on the Rift here in week 2 of the NALCS Spring Split. Let's get some more action. Looks like pretty regular starts all around. Monocrystal for Bjergsen. He can get to his tier a little faster, charge himself up.
We're also seeing the longsword starts now for a lot of Varus, Ashe, or Jhin players as they're going for more lethality builds. And we're seeing tiers as well come in for a lot of these Varus players as well as Edge of Night. So something must have happened in scrims where this turned out to be a really good build for people. And I also like the fact that the difference between these two items is 2 damage more for the longsword, 80 HP more for the Doran's Blade, and 3% lifesteal. But you get 300 more health from the 2 potions that you're able to pick up. So ultimately, how bad does it feel to get poked out of lane or like lose 1 trade as an AD carry from a support like a Zyra or a Malzahar? You're like, I used my 1 potion, I gotta back up, can't be in this lane anymore. Now I have to lifesteal, which means you have to actually be able to get to the creeps and hit them. So the potions are really good for covering mistakes that supports punish you on.
See, we usually see the Varus Malzahar get pushed back. Only a few times in the air with the Malzahar support getting brush control have we seen this lane get really pushed back to their own turret. So expect Matt and Piglet to have to play safe. You can see Biofrost and Turtle already pushing up to try and grab a bit of dominance in that lane. Help for both junglers as they start their path on the top side. They'll be ending down towards their AD carry support. I don't think anything's going to be too crazy here in this early game as it starts off easy.
No, Reignover actually going straight to his Raptors and using Smite there too. So that's a little bit unusual. Usually Kazakhs, you'll go either buff to buff into your Gromp because it's a single target and you get isolation damage, or you wait until you're level 3 or level 4 to do your Raptors, mostly because of the fact that they just do so much damage that you end up doing your jungle rather low. And ooh. Misplay there. Big misplay as well. It's because now he's just going to be waiting for the Scuttle Crab to show up. Now Svenskeren's level 3. Reignover, this is not good.
Got a level 3. That ward, very, very big. Just saved his life as well. So common ward to be placed, but gives him the safety to get out. Rainover's path is going to be a little hit. Right now they have that information. They're more knowledgeable about how much they can attack him. And seeing level 2, he's going to have a bit of time before this gets taken down. Smite is coming back up.
Good he pulled it into the bush because now they have no vision of him. They just made sure, okay, Rainover is on this side. If they knew what condition he was in, they definitely go.
That's what I thought they were still going for.
Yeah, that's why you go buff to buff as Kha'Zix. You don't do those Raptors. They just actually take too much of your HP, and you haven't done blue buff yet, so you actually show up with low mana, not even level 3, slower route. It just kind of sucks.
Still nicely done. They did see Kha'Zix actually come out of the brush. They said, yeah, he was there. Now they have vision even more of Rainover.
Yeah, but you can see the pace. Svenskeren level 4 already, whereas Rainover, I believe he's 2 camps away from level 4, so he'll hit pretty much 3.5 off of the Wolves, and then he'll have to go do his Krugs, which are all the way across the map. So if he wants to hit level 4, he's got a lot of legwork to do right now. There he goes. Okay, he actually picked up some lane CS, it seems like.
Just dropping by real quick. He did hover on the bottom side of that Raptors.
It's actually super smart to circumvent that and just be like, all right, you know, pick it up, make sure that I hit level 4 so I'm not at a disadvantage if I run into Svenskeren. It's actually quite clever.
He's going to try to make something happen here. Lore low. Not too low on mana or health here. They hit up Haunter. Steadfast Presence is on and wears off, so they have the room.
And the flash.
They do get the flash. A rinse and repeat possibly here for the top side. They also pull Svenskeren's respect for a second, but he still has things to clear on the top side.
Yep. Haunter playing a little bit too far forward there. Usually you let the Nautilus just shove you in, but they wanted to gank in the next minute or so, which I believe they did because Svenskeren's only camp that was up was the Gromp on the top side of the map, so you knew Svenskeren was going to come top and then possibly come for a gank here. It was a little bit set up in the route. Oh, but now Lorlo's actually just playing far back.
Yeah.
These are like tiny little things that you can just get from the push and pull of the map. He didn't see Svenskeren into the bush. He's just saying he has to be here because the way that Haunter's playing now. And now he's TPing back in, which actually could have been super dangerous if Svenskeren was still there.
Fortunately for him, he's backed. Doesn't have too many items on Haunter, just the rings, which mean Haunter's going to have to go back. Should be able to get back for the push as well.
Now, actually interrupted the back there to prevent Haunter from going.
Nice, good eye. I went to look at bottom lane, even in CS there, but I guess it is Haunter Lorlo. Giving it to each other back and forth.
Yep, you have an item advantage.
A little more jungle intervention here soon.
You have a way to clear a little bit harder if you want to. We'll see if he decides to go for the freeze. I don't think he would here. I think you just want to continue to shove. And try to get the teleport out, so you aren't at the teleport disadvantage. Yeah, okay.
Nice hit by Matt. Getting the double silence on and continuing Malefic Vision harass. Really no jungle presence here towards the bot lane as these guys have pushed each other to turrets back and forth so far. The jungle routes ending on the bottom still sent them top.
Yeah, you were actually talking about the Malefic Vision harass. Matt put 2 points into Malefic Vision, which is something you don't see very often. You'll see people put points into the W for the lower cooldown, a little bit more damage, and also it's your primary harass tool. But he's saying it's too unreliable to actually get minions onto these guys. I'm going to put points into my point and click damage that's guaranteed. That's actually going to delay Matt either having the utility of Voidlings blocking for him, or the 1 second longer duration stun by having a maxed Q.
It's making him think twice. He can't get enough plants in the brush, and Matt has, usually on a Zyra, now has burst.
Exactly, but that comes later. Right now, he's going for instant gratification. Let's just poke this Zyra out of lane. Working right now. We'll see. He actually put 3 points into it, so yeah, he's actually maxing E first and trying to deal a lot of damage on this Malzahar just by pointing and clicking on the Zyra to get her out of lane.
Well, it's damage they are not expecting when it's already caught Biofrost and Turtle off guard a few times. Mainly just Biofrost. They're saying Turtle's not the focus. Continue to get that CC out of there from the support, and then Turtle can be the next target, especially before 6. So good focus here from Liquid in the bot lane. Also, props to Wild Turtle and Biofrost for keeping that CS up during this aggression. 7 minutes coming up on the clock, and the money just going slightly in favor of TSM as they work the map a bit better.
Looks like Piglet is going to go for the tier build as well.
Tiers everywhere.
The Yomus should be coming through first for him. You would imagine he'd go for something like a Serrated Dirt tier, but he has enough for this, the 3 longswords. And it's a ramp-up build, a little bit more poke. So Wild Turtle actually goes for Cull as the answer here. So this is kind of the Ashe answer to tier in terms of scaling. Eventually she'll get there. Eventually she'll get to the point where she has a little bit more gold, maybe hits 2 items a little bit faster, but these are cheap items for Varus to actually pickup for himself with the lethality.
About 62 CS to pick up that BF sorting call. Doesn't feel like that in game. Like, I have 62 CS and 500 gold. Why is this? Can't buy anything.
Yeah, it's always like pros, they CS better than us, but like, it just seems like it's worth more gold too.
Exactly. That is so the feeling.
Yeah, but to
Hawk
be
shot
fair,
up top towards mid. I might go aggressive here in the bot lane now that they have a 6. They're checking position.
I was gonna say, to be fair, there are little things in the lane like voidlings that are being killed for 10 gold and plants that don't count for your CS that are sneaking in there a little bit. They're pinging the blue buff. They actually sent the hawk shot there to see if Rainover's on this side of the map. Rainover will be level 7, so he'll be up a level up against the Rengar. He might actually have a little bit of an advantage if he plays it right.
Locks up his feet, but he still has the wings to fly. Rainover leaping over to Svenskeren to push him out for brush control. Only going to get one, though. Tricky on the second ward. A little honeydew for Rainover, and he gets himself out safely.
Golden Glue taking a large chunk of damage there from Bjergsen. This is supposed to be a Cassiopeia favored matchup when she just starts destroying the Ryzen, keeping him at an arm's distance and chunking him out. But Bjergsen has complete control, and they know that the blue buff wants to get handed off here. Bjergsen just like charging up. You could see it's like you can't come back this way. Zones him from the creep. Perfectly played there as well. Oh, nice. Yeah, killing the enemy's plants is actually something that if you watch a bunch of replays, you'll see how often they do it. When supports roam and go ward things like the blue buff, they'll actually kill the blast cone. That's usually by where Rainover was right there. But hold on, getting ganked in the top. Maybe first blood here.
Svenskaren's on the hunt. Goes for Lorlo. Depth charge goes back, but can't be disabled. Still not going to be enough. He gets under the turret for some security, and Rainover sees that. Go for the dragon.
Oh, with an evolved Q and the fact that you have voidlings and you have the Cassiopeia, this Drake is going to go down. It's an Infernal as well, so TSM are not going to be happy with that. Where TL, Lorlo getting out, does actually help them a lot.
Looking for Bjergsen in mid here. 4-1 on 2 on his skill set. 2 in that spell flux, keeping the wave pushed up a little bit more. As you can see, Golden Glue having some trouble trying to get his blast down and then fang out the minions. We'll see what their backs are. Bjergsen's had a bit of a lead, but definitely seeing less jungle presence than we thought for that mid lane to start off this game.
Yeah,
I guess they've kind of been messing with each other.
Exactly. They've been trying to throw each other's routes off. Rainover's been a little bit top lane, then started moving around and just farming at the moment. Rengar hit 6. Kind of trying to control that second blue buff. And used to be how TSM operated. You think back to summer in 2016, contest every blue buff, every single blue buff. It was Svenskeren just coming in with Bjergsen with lane priority, time to get their blue buff, time to invade. Hasn't been that way this split. So they're trying to get a little bit back on that pace.
Little roam from Piglet as a back from Matt comes in. We'll see if they can get a chain of corruption here on mid lane. Nice hawk shot. As they realize nobody's in lane and no AD carry would just hang out, wait for a minion wave to reset. So good thinking by Wild Turtle, the rest of the team to stay vigilant. TL though, they are trying to put stuff on the board. Movement just from the AD carry. That could have been Golden Glue's stepping off point there if he got that kill.
Hawk shot, not talked about a whole bunch because it goes rather unseen from a spectator point of view. It ends up meaning a lot, the information that's given to a team. Even if he throws it at the blue, blue's up and he's not on this side of the map. Even if you didn't see anybody, that's still great information to have. Right there, wasted Piglet's time. And right now, looks like it might be both junglers trying to gank the mid lane here. And there's the cover.
To be able to get out, nicely done. Golden Glue, a quick gaze back at Svenskeren to shut the whole thing down as we see our first mid attack.
This actually looks a little bit better though for Team Liquid because they didn't take as much damage on their mid laner. So Bjergsen's going to play a little bit back for just a short while until they get control of that bottom side again. And Svenskeren's going to play up because he was a little bit healthier than Rainover. So you can see TL mid laner a little bit healthier, so he'll play up, whereas the TL or TSM jungler is healthier, so he'll play up in his TL jungle.
Svenskeren toying with Rainover. Not going to come of anything. Still waiting for TP plays from the top side. It seems like everybody is really happy with just farming this one out, not seeing that they got a kill or have a huge advantage in lane.
That's a really good point, is that we're not seeing teleport plays down to the bottom lane, which is something you would think teams would start trying to play for. You can see right there, actually, they just placed a ward on the bottom side. So Matt placed a ward in the second brush down bot, possibly setting up a TP play. We haven't seen anything like that yet. Nobody going for flash ultis or trying to make plays yet. Matt's is just coming off a cooldown now, so his flash is up. And yeah, you not even putting points into Voidling aside from the first one. It's all poke. It's all about poke. Zyra's weakness is that she has no sustain. Just get her out of lane, poke her out of lane. That's what he's trying to do right now. It's not
usually you see somebody just level Voidlings.
Yeah.
Then you move over.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's working in this match so far. Rainover looking for Svenskeren.
Ooh, nicely done.
Brawl around.
He got to go out. Chain of Corruption's down. Hail of arrows hits, but Wild Turtle gets the heal off before that comes in. Nether Grass right under the turret.
Matt's getting hit by Blast.
Rage. Oh, he gets taken down, baby. Photosynthesis. Elzahar's out. Piglet gets out alive. He says, what was that? That was terrifying.
Man, that was a super late ultimate there from Matt. I want to see how that fight started off, or who actually started that one off, because we jumped down to it later. But you would expect that's the engage tool, not the tool that's used when you have plants on you and you're just trying to desperately get a kill underneath turret. So a bit of an overextension there. Yeah, this is... I assume it's, yeah, okay, I was like, assume it's the arrow, because now they're being the aggressors. Good zoning ultimate from Biofrost actually hits both members of the bottom lane there, and Matt throws everything out. Okay, so the Voidlings are actually getting killed by the turret. There's no creeps left.
Every time it ran in,
it actually kept, stopped being able to just spawn a gigantic swarm on them. So really well played there by the TSM bot lane. They made sure Matt didn't have his passive on, threw the arrow at him, and he was just in a really bad spot. That's where TL, you just back off. You just try not to actually continue that fight.
Garen taking red. I'm not sure. Somebody got hurt though. Nobody makes that noise without being hurt. 22 to just about 22K on the board. We finally get a bit of action down in the bottom lane that sticks. And that kill actually goes over to Biofrost. Wild Turtle's not going to mind the assist, but he will start being a little more powerful on that Zyra than he thought he would. Piglet and Matt can still fire back. They initially were too aggressive on that push, so I would actually think that aggression would still be coming in. They're not going to say, hey, we messed up. They're going to say, let's try again a little farther out from the turret.
Yeah, but now TSM know that Matt is on this side and so is Rainover, so they're going to try to push in here. There's the Rise ulti. Arrow?
Going for him. They have Piglet pinched in the bot side. He can't come up through the river, so these kills are anything TSM has in front of them. Also turn around even if Piglet was coming up the river. They're going to be able to lock this down. 30 seconds on Drake. Vision's theirs, and they get a good, not a good amount of summoners, just the death on Malzahar.
Yeah, the way that TSM did that is they actually just saw those members there, so they said, okay, let's section off Piglet, push Piglet back, guarantee a 4-on-3 inside the enemy jungle, and because of Matt's route, wasn't able to actually take a safe way out here. A Rainover, speaking of safe way out, Svenskeren.
Oh, heals.
Oh!
Piercing arrow. I was going to say, that fight became unfair, but here comes Bjergsen. Even it up.
Here comes Golden
on a bad spot. Good teleport from Haunser. He might just want to flash out of this one. He's just helping the team.
I think you cancel, yeah.
Yeah, he's going to cancel. I was going to say, it's been going for a while. Is he going to turn this one off? He's up in the top. No problem here. Trying to route the minions before Lorlo gets back in. Lorlo's teleport as well was pushed off on them.
Yeah, Rainover had to use the flash there, and the Chain of Corruption came out, so possibility of a play from TSM on the bottom side. So Lorlo dealing a decent amount of damage in that top lane. But Golden Glue has both of his summoners still available, so a little bit of an advantage here against Bjergsen in the mid lane, who doesn't even have his Ghost up either. It will be up pretty shortly, though. 75 seconds on that one. Teams are just looking back and forth to see where they can find an advantage. You can see TSM keep control warding their mid-bottom side of the map because they have a powerful matchup with the Rengar into the Kha'Zix, but not the best matchup in the mid. Still winning it, though, in Bjergsen's favor, so credit to him there. They get to control which side of the mid they want to play to, and they definitely want to play to the bottom side to set up ganks like this. They're playing so far forward, Team Liquid have to smell that it's a possibility of a gank, and the arrow is up as well, and they know Piglet doesn't have flash.
And that last aggression definitely...
There it is!
I was going to say the last aggression changed this lane.
Under turret!
Biofrost going hard. They say, for the team, this is for you guys. That's what the support's supposed to do. Bjergsen tanking a bit so they can grab the turret, even with the minions. But ever since Matt's wards and that forward brush were cleared on TSM's side, TSM's been able to push up. First visit down by Svenskeren, and it works after they finally got TL on their heels.
Yeah, and right now, TSM are actually on a timer. They need to back, go top, actually start running top so that they can help out on this dive, make sure they don't lose a turret in response, and that's the appropriate play here, as you see everybody just starting to run up towards that top lane.
Cutting through the jungle, making sure there's no resource, or a cavalry to come through for TSM.
Oh, we might see like a 5-on-5 in the top lane here.
They were scried out, but they were able to clear that one, so they have a bit of vision of who's coming. Bjergsen's not going to be able to get that.
Copy.
Actually, Rainover's Keeper's Verdict smashed him into the wall. Petrifying Gaze slows down the rest of TSM, but they're still able to capitalize on Rainover. It looks like TL still kind of wants this fight. Dredgeline just off the edge of Svenskeren there. Good hit by Turtle, looking for one more. He gets it. Nobody steps up for Golden Glue. They thought he had the distance. A bit of miscommunication here. They wanted to fight. TSM was able to kite it out. See the entry back in. Now it's onto the tankiest person in the team. And Piglet is firing away from the outside without any results.
And TL just trickle in. Where was Lorlo during the beginning of that fight in the top lane? It looked like he was trying to clear minions or not quite sure of what he needed to do. Bjergsen's still running forward. He's got movement speed. Oh, the silence.
The
Can't exit cast.
there. They turn around. A quick kill onto Sven.
But here comes Kha'Zix. They have to finish this kill very quickly. There they go. Poke coming back.
I think they're going to be all right now.
But you have to worry about this teleport from Lorlo when it comes through, because you know Team Liquid, once you lose a play like that, the way to get back in is just to continue to actually apply pressure. And there they go. Actually, Lorlo's going to just not actually do anything with it, and Rainover's going to go back to jungling. So
all of this again.
Maybe I'm getting too hypey, man. Yeah, Lorlo's just in the top brush there. Doesn't know that Haunter's left the lane, and the blast cone wasn't taken out earlier, so he actually just gets to use it. Picks off Rainover there, who a little bit slow on his reaction, but it was really well played there from Hopser to get in front of it. And Hopser doesn't even have to blow his flash to do that. Great grasping root there as well. Just the power of that Zyra locking up the Cassiopeia and making sure he can't do anything. And he had cleanse as well, I believe, to get out of it. But it looked like he was 100% used to taking that or even using it there. And Piglet almost gets a kill onto Haunter. Almost gets one back. And Biofrost is down, and Bjergsen's in trouble.
Oh! Stranglethorn pops up 3, saves Bjergsen. Svenskeren goes in for a bit more help. Haunter's in the middle of the fray. Verdict's up the entire TL team that's with him. Turtle's gonna walk out this depth charge. He'll be all right. Haunter cleans up another one as he throws down the mallet.
Haunter is just smashing kids right now. He is playing really well on this Poppy so far. Blast cone over the wall. He was actually not doing great in the laning phase, but oh, here comes another.
Found a wall, and you found it too. Puts him between a rock and a hard place. Rainover has a Hexbreaker popping. Not going to help him too much in the situation, but does get out with enough HP. That means alive. He'll go buy his items. This is getting hectic for TL right now. See this again as we miss the beginning.
Yeah, Biofrost walked up. They focus Biofrost down, but he still gets the ultimate, which knocks everybody up. Rainover gets interrupted and can't finish off Bjergsen, who's off on the left side and gets enough HP back there from, I believe that was a either a level up or having dangerous game. Now he picks up some honey fruit to try and just get back into this, but Haunter with the on-point teleport there. Lorlo had to come in, not teleport. He was already in the vicinity,
right.
But Lorlo didn't like teleport in. He was trying to walk over. It was a fight that TL started, but they ended up losing because they just weren't all on the same page. You have to be able to play to that side and get there a little faster.
Hard to fight the double, triple knockup. Yeah. 3 of you are flying through the air twice.
And you talk about photosynthesis, like Biofrost, he was already dead, and he's still helping out. Doesn't matter.
Well, the Zyra's coming through pretty clean for him. He's doing all right. Also on his haunting guys now. His eye built up already as well. Oh, a flash coming in.
So scared.
Yeah, Lorlo did not want to be. He could obviously give him a little more distance in the lane, but I figure a dredge line after that would have been sufficient.
Man, first you say the matchup's going to be easy, and he's going to make it easy, because now Lorlo is so scared. He had no idea who was on that side of the map.
And they did get a little love early. That was a flash blown by Haunter within the first 5 of the game.
Yeah,
after the pathing was messed up, have to revisit. That's one thing that we actually don't see a lot, just because of the way you kind of want to continue your path. What's the best for you, your item, when you start that, or when you start to open up.
We also want to path towards the bottom here, because you have a bunch of catch potential. Like, that's what these junglers really want to do, is just go bottom lane, get a bunch of kills bottom lane. You have this low mobility support. Both of your supports have ways to kill the other support, lock them up for you. So you want it to become a feeding ground of either you're killing the Zyra a whole bunch or you're killing the Malzahar and Varus a whole bunch. Turns out killing the Malzahar seems to work out a little better with a Rengar.
Also a 4-0-3 Bjergsen on Rise. 3-0-4 Wild Turtle on this Ashe.
His arrows have been on point.
Yeah, domination from just about every lane. We kind of said, what could TL do to get out of lane without this happening? And 3-0-3 for Haunter, it seems all across the board. TSM coming out 11-4 now. Getting a good amount of gold in their pocket, and now looking for the second tier of turrets.
And with the 7,000 gold lead,
Yeah.
these items coming through like the QSS for Bjergsen, it becomes harder and harder to make these picks work. Which TL are definitely looking for picks here. They're going for a little bit more poke. I talked about this Varus build previously, where you want to just be at the fights before they start, whittle people down a little bit, poke them down, and then actually engage and have people clean up. It works well with something like a Kha'Zix, who's going to be brave and jump in.
We kind of saw that build in its lull. For that Baron fight. Not a lull right now, though. Picking up pace as the arrow tags Reignover. He gets himself out alive. He knows since last games, arrows are not his friend.
Yeah, I remember that one you were casting last week, right?
Yeah. Arrow after arrow.
Been hit by a lot of them. But now,
Svenskeren just hiding on the other side of the map. Yes, Svenskeren causes their respect pressure topside, and it looks like TL, they don't bite, but they're going to make sure it's safe.
Baron control to try and get these tier 2 towers. It's most likely what TSM will try to go for here. They have a lot of pick potential themselves, too. Haunter is way into these fights, has been quite good. He's been getting great flanks off, great side entrances where he's able to get really good wall slams, heroic charges into him. But they have their Rengar, they have their Ryan. They have ways to get behind your target. It becomes pretty insane. Like, what if Bjergsen just uses the ultimate to just make Haunter get a good flank? It's like stuff like that that comes off.
Right, we haven't seen some warps.
It becomes really clever usage of the ability to just send one person, not necessarily the Rise. But we haven't seen it yet because Haunter's just kind of off on the side, and he's doing well, right? Why would you need to?
And speaking of Haunter, you see all just kind of getting these bans out of the top lane. He goes all the way down to Poppy after seeing quite a few. It's like you know, you target the guy to try and give him a bad matchup of what you think is going to be good, but can you do that now?
Yeah, and with the Poppy nerfs that had previously come through to the duration of her shield, a lot of people are saying just Maokai, Nautilus are the two to go for. Nautilus has shove priority, a little bit more damage early than the Poppy, but Poppy out damages him late. But it doesn't seem to matter. The Poppy survived. He did blow his flash. Wasn't revisited was the big thing. And then everybody just focused the bottom side of the map.
Not 3-0-3, but Lorlo, that opposing champion in the top lane, still doing well, can be the tank the team needs, and has done well to not be the kills that were Haunter's. So he's getting the items he needs to be that huge front wall for his team. TSM, however, not giving up. He may have to go to work sooner than he thought. Lorlo off on the side, and there's going to be no engage off that turret.
Yep, it's a good Edge of Night there from Piglet. I love that item, by the way. The Edge of Night, 10-second spell shield with a 45-second cooldown. On live, it's 30 seconds. Trying to hook.
Oh! Summoner heal there to give himself a little bit more speed. So one down. TSM gets themselves a negative on the way out.
Mid turret and Baron priority. Ooh, okay. Since Wild Turtle blew his heal, had to back. Is this a Baron? A Desperation Baron here? They're all going to be grouped up in the pit against a Rise, against the Zyra. They have to either kill it fast or they have to turn. And they have to decide now.
Biofrost can Stranglethorn the entire area, cause them to take Baron damage. Flown out, and Orlo, that's the tank. He's got to be there for the team. Great jump forward from Golden Glue. Petrifying Gaze now to Turtle. Turtle for the cleanse, but it's not going to be enough. Haunter should be able to take out Golden Glue as the fight at Baron ensues. Just a few more hits. The spell vamp is there, but the double buff trade is also to Haunter. He's trying to get back in the fight. Bjergsen locking down Lorlo, but he swings back with the anchor. And it is not Haunter getting back in time. A very bloody 4 for 3 at Baron. And it doesn't look like Haunter's done. The shield slow maybe makes him think twice as the dredge line comes out from Lorlo.
Yeah, but that ends up being a 4 for 3 in favor of Team Solo Mid. So this is just a little bit off since Svenskeren almost has his 4th Ferocity stack, so he almost is able to get out. Reignover tries to jump. The side gets caught and blown up by Bjergsen. And now Bjergsen has the right idea. He's 2v1ing the backline, gets exhausted so he doesn't cast his spells during that duration, flashes the silence. That's pretty damn sick how he's able to outplay like that. Almost gets the kill on Piglet, flashes that last Q, which would have done double damage because the E was on. Oh, that was fast. That looked like it was almost 2 times speed there because the Rise is just going crazy rushing in.
Go fast. He's only got one Cloud Drake.
Both mid laners had the right idea of going for that back line, trying to kill them.
Right.
And both succeeded actually relatively well.
Usually you don't see it go kind of that far where we actually have to almost split the camera, but these guys, they have to get these kills. Now, like we said, that was a pressure Baron for TL, and they knew they were in the fight. They know they're in once again.
Piglet caught!
Piglet able to get that spell shield out, but he doesn't have it anymore now. Hit back. That's also Matt going down, and TSM come back right ready for the batting order and start swinging.
Yeah, every time you see this Poppy come in from the side, you're like, how did he get there? Like, what was Haunter's entrance into that fight? How is he on the right side of it when there's like a minion wave pushing up? And now TSM, they're on the Baron, and they're trying to get this.
Dredge line, Bjergsen and Haunter
Turtle
up. Good focus on the Turtle. Lorlo hits his mark. Now it's Haunter in the front. He has been the wall and a lot of the damage here.
Ooh,
and he stays alive, gets some health there from Dangerous Game to get even more on his level up. Golden Glue picks up one more. We said the power needs to come from him as well. Lorlo's not chasing. This could almost be a cleanup, but just too dangerous for Golden Glue to pursue. Maybe he wishes he did now, as it's Haunter going down. Is he gonna get him? He locks it up.
He got him!
Oh my God, another one from Lorlo. Hold your breath, is there any more?
Oh, and now TL. A lot of them are back. They actually have the Voidlings coming back here with Matt, and they have Piglet. This might actually be a Baron for them. Hold on, though. Wait, Lorlo, shield.
Oh, he's all right.
All right, now they have the Voidlings. They're much safer now. And this will be a Baron unless Svenskeren can do something about it here. He's got his ultimate on. It's going down. He has a smite.
Dun-dun. Oh, they can wait.
Looking for
Oh,
Lolo.
there's one. It doesn't mean he gets another. He's like, I'm going in for the kill, guys. Oh, my word. Is anybody there? Okay, no one's there. No follow-up. Baron going over to Liquid. It was the long con. They knew they'd get it in the end. 29 minutes in. Let's see this one more time.
This is actually a 3v5, and TSM have started the Baron. They get sectioned off here by that ultimate on the right side, but Wild Turtle's already low, gets picked out, and Golden Glue blows him up. Brain over here, tries to stay alive as long as he can, almost gets a little bit of damage onto that crab, and then the plant right before it dies, one more. Bjergsen thinks he can actually get the EQ off quickly enough, but Golden Glue just throws out the miasma, gets the kill, and now they're turning on to Lorlo. He's so tanky right now.
Lorlo, you're crazy. I'm going in. Lorlo, don't go in. I'm going in.
Well, right there as well, like Haunter's walking by the wolves. Sunfire Cape, baby! Oh,
that hook. Sidesteps the wolf, over the shoulder hook shot.
Oh, woo. That wall, it just goes right through that wall to the side. It's like, the hitbox, it's small enough that it can go around the wall, but it's large enough that it gets your champion from there. So, Nautilus, you know? That's all I could say about that.
Well, we were waiting for Lorlo to kind of step up a bit in this game. We said he got through the laning phase pretty decent and still able to put that impact down on Nautilus. There's 1, 2, 3. So the crowd control's done. Now there's... It's like they threw it at him, so he went even farther when he swung. Haunter gets out of this one. Is forced to use the ultimate, but they're making sure the top lane pressure is off. That's quick. Oop, snake in the grass. Finds a turtle as well. Oh, Svenskeren and Bjergsen from the side here, able to close down onto Golden Glue even with the cleanse. Now they're onto the turret. Minions are pushed up in mid here. They can exit down to the right. They should be safe on this with volleys to their backside. Oh, Svenskeren wanted the bowl up. It may cost him his life. Very, very intense. It seems like they want to walk out, but they feel like they always have to save each other, which is costing them a member. Almost getting a kill once more that time. This is getting crazy.
Yeah, Rain over right now. Same level as Bjergsen, so we're hitting those 16s. Has that third evolution. Almost got the resets there onto both Svenskeren and Wild Turtle. But had to back off, and now they just push down the mid lane with a little bit. I assume they pick up some items for themselves. Oh man, Ma coming through for Piglet. Yeah, Biofrost has to blow the exhaust here, and the cleanse removes all summoner spells, so gets rid of it, picks it up here, and now he's in a weird position because Svenskeren on the right, Wild Turtle on the left. Matt wasn't really pushed up to actually help him at all or provide zone control. If Matt's up a little further, he stops Wild Turtle from going in, and then you can just get Golden Glue out by going to the left, not having to worry too much about that. Oof, the jump back in. Pretty close there. Gets the slow onto Wild Turtle on top of it. Rainover can't continue to follow, or at least doesn't want to continue to follow or take that high variance play, because what if Bjergsen is still on that side or right there? Because they don't have vision of that area. You could see TL vision. Don't really have control of their side of the map. Trying to push up.
Piglet now with the Moth, Malmortius, fully built.
Yep, it's going for ways to survive against this. I mean, that's one of the beauties of Edge of Night as well, is it also has magic resistance on it, top. So he's actually sitting at 117 magic resistance.
That's enough for him to basically live through a roll through Bjergsen, flash out, and hopefully start delivering damage once he gets to the back line again.
One rotation. That doesn't help you against the Rengar too much. One Rise
that's
rotation.
what I'm saying. You're hoping to get out of that with your Edge. Flash away. We've seen Piglet with the fast fingers, but like I said, very hard at this point. 90% death rate. If they get Rengar and Bjergsen in the same room together. I wasn't using any real numbers there. I was making up numbers.
Rengar and Bjergsen. Have you ever seen Rengar and Bjergsen in the same room together? Maybe they're just the same person.
Sunskaren and Bjergsen. It's the
Yeah.
easiest thing to do as a commentator. You say one name and then a champion name when you refer
Yeah.
to somebody else. I don't know why.
It is
The pattern never leaves your brain.
Easier to criticize than do. I will say that for sure. It's like, oh, Riv, you didn't do it that time. I'm going to do it all the time. By accident. Anyway, Cloud Drake's about to come up, and TL are focused on that side of the map, whereas TSM focus more controlling the top side here. They'll at least get a tier 2 for this, and they might get more. There's no Baron empowered recalls yet, so. Or there, I mean, yeah, many more. There you go.
Coming up on 34 minutes, a kill.
Oh, he's pushing the minions forward too. This is so good.
This game, round warp forward. That's right, lock through the minions. They instantly bring that for the reduction in armor. And they crush down the first inhibitor turret. A very fast move by TSM. Really one of the first round warps we've seen be used strategically in this one.
I love it. And the fact that the turrets actually will target the minions first, because they technically come out a little bit sooner. Even if you throw like minions into the fountain with allies as Rise, like the realm warp, doesn't matter.
Woo, woo. Really?
And minions get hit first.
About to hit the scroll on his back at least. What a dodge. Such an easy thing to do. The skill shot, you run perpendicular, but it's not. It's not, because we even see pros flash straight.
I was actually hearing that Bjergsen likes to play against scripters so he can practice, because
why not?
You usually dodge on prediction, like, oh, he's going to throw the hook here.
Yeah.
But playing against a scripter actually makes you have to dodge on reaction. So you have to be fast enough to identify where it's going and change your course. Should be a bot mode at some point, you know?
No.
Say a sandbox mode where you play against scripters. I think that would be...
You play against scripters.
That would be cool. I would learn. Or I would learn I have bad reactions, you know? I would still learn.
This is true. Contact all the scripters and put them on one server so you can play against them. Where are we at this 35-minute game? CS leads still pretty close across the board. Bjergsen has been taking that mid lane. Kills and CS, so nothing has changed there. Haunts are looking for possibly a side flank or somebody to walk through his path. He has been huge this game. 5, 2, and 7 from that top lane, and nobody really goes to the bot lane to respect. They just go to clear the waves and then say, can't fight Haunter, might need some more help.
Yeah, too much.
See how timid TL is to try and get these engages on before they get vision then. Not able to push too much vision up either. All of TL's vision is on their side of the map as TSM continues to push forward. Lane wards and jungle wards everywhere right now, lighting it up like a light bright. Top turret, outer tier, or I should say, is the one down for their inhibitor. We might see some Baron focus, and then bottom tier after that inhibitor's down.
It's Baron play for the moment.
Yep.
You really want to have that bottom turret down as opposed to that top one, just because it's further removed from the Baron, and they have to defend that wave here. Lorlo backs up, buys his Guardian Angel, and rushes out, so not looking for a TP play, looking to just match. It becomes so hard to make a play at this point in the game, because if you're the ones making the play, sometimes, and I would say more often
The reaction.
the reaction is more powerful.
Better, yep.
Because you're playing into them. You have to be absolutely coordinated where everybody's in the right position as you're aggressing. And this is good. Once again, TSM looking for a back door, looking to just push up. No members of TL are on that side, looking to get one of them in rotation. Just pull them up to the top side of the map. There's Realm Warp. And they outie. Right to Baron!
Ooh, so the movement's fast enough. They might get on a straggler, but they run TL Ragged from mid to bot, and then warp the entire team into Baron.
So we see a lot of Rise bans, but when Arias plays like this and is actually coordinating the team, that is what makes him so powerful. That ultimate, the range on it, and the fact that he's just using it to push minions up, get inside the Baron pit. We've seen this a few times from players all around the world, but Bjergsen, he is definitely showing, you know, there's criticism day one, week one of his matchup against Jensen, but he hasn't seemed to miss a beat, picking himself back up.
A lot of the team is coming together as well across the board here, making it difficult for Liquid to really find their footing in this game. They continue to deliver some to Golden Clue. He's also put himself out on a limb with flashes forward, getting a few kills going down in these fights. And you always say, you know, it's never good to go down, but if you can take two before you do in your carry, you've kind of done your job. So he has actually been doing very well. Hopefully the rest of the team can start getting behind his power as he flies towards the back line. Scary though when you have Bjergsen and Svenskeren running at your face and somehow Lorlo coming from your fountain every time you start a fight.
Yeah, Hanser gets those sweet
Or
points
Hanser,
on.
thank you.
Yeah, I've actually
I'm all over names today.
I've
I'm
messed
all
it up
over
in
names.
my head multiple times, but I was like, I know it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. But they both basically are one entity that is just split pushing and fighting each other on tanks all game, so I could see that. That was Bjergsen just pushing up by himself. Now the Rotato, trying to bring a little bit more with him. Trying to get the turret.
No, engage. It's going to be a depth charge target find if they really can, but that forces the team in. So they stay back. Golden Glue could fire off the ultimate here. Doesn't have time. Gets hit up, pushed out, and he will be able to fire back. Actually gets the petrifying gaze out. They do take down Svenskeren. This is the focus. Hit down, and Lorlo is back. They get the inhibitor, basically what they wanted out of it. A lot of the teammates still have Baron, and they have enough time to basically get back and do it again.
Yeah, issue though is now that you don't have super minions just yet pushing in. TSM need to keep the pressure up because Elder Dragon in 14 seconds, Svenskaren's not back up for 35 seconds. So if TL do want to make a power play, they could make their way down there, but they don't have vision control just yet. And now, that's like I said, TSM, they have to like keep their presence here. Like Monster, even though he wants to back and get mana, keep these minions buffed up, make sure that you're actually delaying them as much as possible so that when Svenskeren respawns, you can contest the Elder Dragon. You can make the you can have time now for the minions to push up the mid lane so that you have these super minions coming into the base. See Lorlo backs up. Is he looking for a teleport play? He's sitting there for an awful long time, so he is teleporting in here. Svenskeren just respawned. Hanser's
safe. He's on his own control ward in the bot side. It's going to be a pinch from both sides. This is where Hanser comes from the other side. He's going to have access to the back line if they see them coming. They also have to look for Hanser. He pushes in on Golden Glue. Tries to give him the defense immediately. Rainover picks up Elder Dragon for the team. Damage now onto Hanser in the back. It's Svenskeren going down now. Piglet has fallen. The AD damage is gone. And they've gotten the Dragon just as TSM got the Baron before. It's kind of one for the other, and they have to get back to their base.
They gotta go. They're gonna try to end the game here so quickly. They're gonna try to actually stop him. Hanser's gonna try to stop the backs and chase them down. They have to walk all the way up here.
He's gonna find Golden Glue. They are playing stop the back game. Now onto the Nexus turrets. Realm Warp has been the key for TSM this game. They're on the Nexus turret. Turtle's gonna be the first one. It's not even a chance to stop it. 21-16. TSM picks up game one over Team Liquid.
Those were the sickest Realm Warps I have seen in a single game from a Rise player.
Let's do the Realm Warp again.
Back to back to back. Beautiful team-coordinated Realm Warps there. I have seen some great ones that make highlights, but all three of the really big ones in this same game from Bjergsen makes you go, man, how'd he get Rise?
How'd he get Rise? And I guess where were they before? He's like, we cannot show them until we execute the warps. And then they execute the warps, and like the first three are perfect, and you're like, they hit it the whole game. No, but you didn't see many plays from it before. They didn't pressure to go bottom and say, hey, where are those teleports? We can also warp down there. We were wondering. Very slow mid, early game, just farming, a few jungle presence towards the top when they blew Hanser's flash, but he still came out to be a beast. And like you kind of said coming out of the draft, GG for TSM, and they played that composition as they drafted.
Well, we came out of the draft, I'm like, well, Golden Glue is going to have to do something with this counter.
He's going to have
Nothing
to play
happened with the counter. He actually ended up about half level down the entire game. And he did work. Down in CS.
He did work himself, though, in those fights.
Yeah, and then Rise doing so much. Like Bjergsen, you were talking about it, and those warps, like, it's like Starship Enterprise, man. It's like warp drive over and over again. Make it so number one every single time. Just end the game.
We also saw in the bot lane, it was Piglet and Matt. They had that left side brush control coming from red side. They continued to push Wild Turtle and Biofrost in, but that one engage under the turret where Matt got himself too close, taken out by a plant, switched everything for that lane. We saw Svenskeren down there after giving a little bit of help, and that kind of fell apart a bit as well.
Yeah, I talked about how the bottom lane synergy of Matt and Piglet is pretty good because they're always aggressive, right? They're on the same page of, hey, we're not going to turn away and run from this fight. We're going to fight them underneath their turret. Doesn't really work out for them, and then they give over kills early on in the game, blow flashes as well on Piglet, which then results in him getting arrowed underneath his turret, and then the pressure's just completely evaporated. In TL, they have a big struggle that entire game because it really wasn't in their favor, even from the draft. I like the fact that TSM said, you know what? You have to give us Rengar or else you get pretty much no jungler in your top 4 or 5 tier list with their bans. And they left Ryze up, and then they took Ryze because that's the thing is like the Cassiopeia, you usually pick it when you see the Ryze. So otherwise, Golden Glue has to pick Ryze, and then he gets countered by Cassiopeia.
True, which Bjergsen loves to play.
Exactly, right? And people are like, why give Bjergsen Cassiopeia? Why do they keep doing this? It's like every time you see him play a champion, you're like, why do they do this? It's like literally there's 10 bans, but there still is not enough to ban this guy out and be like, all right, up against Golden Glue. I mean, looks like a really good matchup. And like, every single time you're like, Bjergsen, he's definitely favored here. And he showed it even in something that should have been a bit of a struggle. But we talk about the Ryze Cassiopeia matchup. It used to be a lot harder for the Ryze to succeed.
Yeah.
Ever since the rework, he's now okay
Cubed
in it, right? So.
We're actually going to check out the last fight. One of the last Realm Warps, the Drag Fight 2 Realm Warp.
Like there was a fight?
Haunter already on the bot side. And this is what they had all along, starting their fights. And you can actually see Svenskeren's not even here yet.
So Svenskeren's coming up out of the base. The arrow whiffs. And right here, Svenskeren, they jump in to kill Piglet. So Haunter's getting low. Svenskeren jumps in, Svenskeren gets locked up, he gets killed, and right there, Bjergsen's like, let's just go. Wild Turtle, Bjergsen, and Biofrost all aboard! Make it so. They get in, and they just shred these turrets. Haunter is also there to delay any recalls if they come through, and then he teleports in to keep another minion just in range, and then they take out the Nexus, and there just isn't enough damage to take out these guys in that time, so really, really just great planning there. I want to say like on-the-spot decision-making, because that was something TSM was lacking when Doublelift left. Because Bjergsen, it was always he's going to play it by the book. He's going to play it, do this rotation, do that. But Doublelift, he was credited a lot with their erratic shot calling or their unpredictability.
Well, when I talked to Haunter yesterday, he used the word very decisive. When he thought to do something, Doublelift would go do it. It's a little bit easier to follow somebody who's confident as opposed to somebody who says, I think I can go get red here, like let me hawkshot it. As we're probably, I don't know what Doublelift would say, but he's like, I'm getting red, follow me, right? You're gonna go.
Or you're wrong.
Yeah, right? You're gonna go and do that much more than somebody who's unsure. So Liquid, definitely gonna have to change things up coming into the second game. Focus was, we saw a lot towards Haunter's bans, towards that top side, a few as well towards Bjergsen, got hit up. That's why you had to go to the Ryze. So maybe a few drop for Haunter, figure out what else to do for those, get yourself some better picks.
Yeah, and
even though they had good picks, I'm not saying
the draft
bad.
was kind
that
of
sounded
like
bad.
Power picks all across the board, but TSM banned Olaf, Elise, Rek'Sai. So what does Reignover fall down onto? Now it's going to be interesting though when they swap sides because TSM will be red side. So will they have to ban the Camille, the LeBlanc, and the Rengar themselves and not be able to have the same jungle pinch?
Well, we'll have to see. Team Liquid can put a stop to TSM when we come back from the break. See you here for game 2. Don't go anywhere.